Hey guys, how you doing? John Paul Gates, aka John the Film Actor, and it's our day off, day 6 of the Haunted Studio with my compadre, great actor Hans Hoenecke from the United States, and he's about to educate me on how one makes an old-fashioned. So, over to you, Mr. Hoenecke.
All right, so we're going to make a herky old-fashioned, Wisconsin-style brandy sweet, as we like to call them over there. So I gave JP the list of ingredients, and he did the best he could to get, and it's actually a pretty good match. We usually use Christian Brothers brandy, but we're going to be using Napoleon brandy today. We got a little bit of our grenadine, which we use for, cherry cokes and Shirley Temples. We got our bitters here. This is very well known in the States. And then you got to have your Sprite, and they call that lemonade over here. Is that correct? And then we got the cocktail cherries, and I sliced up some oranges. So the first thing you got to do, we don't have a shot glass, so we're just going to kind of wing it. So let's start off with the brandy here. We'll pour a little bit. Yeah, that's good. That's about a shot. So you do about a shot per glass.
That's probably, in the United Kingdom, that's probably a double. It's considered to be a double. Because it's always measured by the uptick, whereas you guys, you just pour it in regardless. You know, it's just like you get a bottle and you just dump it in. I see bartenders, they just dump it in. Over here, they measure it with an uptick. So it's a shot, it's probably about that much. So that's definitely a double.
All right. Well, it smells good. So I'm going to take some bitters. You do like 2 dashes of bitters. So 1, 2, like that. Boom. Like that. And then I usually like to do a little dash of grenadine. You know what I'm going to do to be safe? I'm going to put it in this lid.
So why is it called grenadine? That's my question to you.
Because I think it's from the island of the Grenadines. I honestly don't know. Right? So you do a little drop in there. Right? And it gets very messy. See, it's already dripping. Okay, so you got your oranges. Drop an orange in there. We didn't have a proper knife. So you drop your orange in there. Then you drop your maraschino cherries. How many do you want? You want 2? Shit, there goes 1. You want 2?
Yeah, 2, yeah.
All right, you 2. Hey, come on now. You 2. Then you kind of give it a little stir, and you got to muddle the orange and the cherry in there. Smash.
What's the reason for that? Is it because the cherry infuses with the orange peel and it gives a better flavor, or what?
It just mixes everything that you've put in there together.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Usually you can do that with like a sugar cube too. You take a little wooden muddle and you muddle the sugar in there as well. So the grenadine that I put in is kind of like acting like the sugar to keep it sweet.
Okay.
All right. So that one's muddled. I wish I had a better muddler, but this will work. So you do that, and then the water from the ice is it's dripping.
It's dripping. Can you believe that?
Come on.
We gotta get it.
All right. Then
There we go. It's actually dripping.
That's what we call a wet bar, ladies and gentlemen. Look at how beautiful it is. Look at that. You drop some ice cubes in there. You know what? I'll do a couple more.
Uh-huh.
And then you
Top it up with Sprite.
yeah, and some people are,
Well,
they're like, you put Sprite in an old fashioned. That's not how you make an old fashioned. Old fashioned's never supposed to have soda in it. Well, guess what? When you're in Wisconsin, we put soda in our old
really?
fashioned.
Okay, so the Sprite edition is only pertains to when you're in Wisconsin. I would assume that's what you're basically saying. So if you
Yeah.
had this anywhere else in the United States, you would have a different. You
you'd
would
have a-
never ever use a Sprite.
No, they'll
Right,
look at you
okay.
like, you want a splash of 7-Up? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
They wouldn't. They don't know.
right.
All right, so
Well, that looks good, man.
now you just give it a little stir to get all the ingredients meshed together.
Hmm.
There we go.
That's water down there. You know what I'll do? I'll get the mat and
All right,
okay.
here you go. This is John's first time trying a Herky old fashioned. He's had an old fashioned with me in California, but not like this. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
Okay, let's.
Cheers.
I'll tell you what it's like on the other side. Well, that's actually refreshing. You know what it reminds me of? It's a little bit like. Oh yeah, you can definitely taste. See, I'm not I told you before, I'm not really a brandy connoisseur, but you can definitely taste the orange with the cherry. So the orange, it's a little bit bitter, and the cherry sweetens it out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Sprite, for me, I think if you had it neat, it'd a little be a bit too overpowering. Whereas this, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of sangria.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like sangria.
All right.
Which
That's the first time I've
means
heard that.
you can kind of drink this, a lot, and the grenadine, I suppose I can't really taste that because I'm not really aware of it. But it's good, man. It's really good.
Yeah. You think the others are gonna like it?
I think they are. So listen, guys, that's how Mr. Hans Herneke makes an old-fashioned, but not just any old-fashioned, but old-fashioned that comes from his hometown of Wisconsin. Sorry, his home state of Wisconsin. So we're probably going to see you on the other side. If you'd like to make any comments, please do so. Maybe Hans will give you his recipe.
Yeah.
For a fee, of course.
Well,
you know,
watching the video, they have the recipe here.
well, indeed. Indeed. That's true. That's true. See, already it's having an effect. I only had a couple of sips, so it just shows you that how they make it in Wisconsin, it gives you a false sense of security. So you kind of think to yourself, I've got to drink more in order to taste it. And as you do, you get more. How do you say it in the United States when you've had quite a few? How do you say that?
Wasted?
Yeah. So I'm getting to the point where potentially I might get wasted. Yeah, but that's fine.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's old fashioned from me and old fashioned from him. We'll see you later, old fashions.
Cheers.